What is up, YouTube family? Thank you guys for tuning back into Burr Shenanigans. My name is Chad. This is
D.
And we're back with another great, funny reaction video. Today we're headed back into my man Bill Burr. Cracks me up. And today's title, oh my God, I'm getting my tears ready, guys. How you know the N-word is coming? And I like him because when I saw this title, you guys were like, you got to react to this. I just know Bill Burr is about to eat this topic alive. Like, the way his comedy is, like, he's set up when he does his comedy, he's going to eat this up.
We shall see.
Oh, we are going to see. This man's about to eat this up. Like, I just can imagine what he's about to say.
The comedy shack.
It's nice to be back here down in the South, man. I had a real weird experience last time I came down here. I was in Nashville, right? Sort of an awkward social situation, right? I'm sitting at this bar. There's this white dude sitting like 2 stools away. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. And that Terrell Owens story was in like sports news. So I try to make conversation. I'm like, man, look at this guy. This guy just signed a $40 million contract. He's already bitching, man. How much money do you need to make? And the dude looks at me. He's like, you know what I say? And then he looked over his shoulder, which I now know is the telltale sign that the N-word is coming, and it's coming hard. Oh yeah, it's not gonna be pronounced with the A, it's gonna be with the R, and he hit the R, he like stuck the landing. There was like a dismount, Klan members high-fiving in the background, like doing the wave. Just out of nowhere. So now, immediately, I'm looking over my shoulder like, dude, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm waiting for like this hail of black fists to come raining down on top of me. I hate when people do stuff like that. That dude made me part of like a potential ass-kicking that I had nothing to do with. You don't do shit like that. He just had that word, hot potato, just threw it in my lap. Trying to pass it down to the next white dude. I hate when people do that, man. You know, it's like, dude, feel me out first. Ask some questions. Do you like to fish? Have you ever fucked your sister, right? I start rattling off answers, then you go old school. You give me a pamphlet, you tell me about your militia. Don't just dive into it. That dude was one of the angriest people I ever met. I should have known that word was coming, because he was just watching Terrell, right? Anytime I would bring up, look at man, that guy's talking trash, he would just like flip out. He won't shut up! You know those people get like so mad they're not even looking at you? Their eyes are up, you just shut up and play the game! You know what's funny? I don't even like Terrell, but now I love the guy. Because every time I see him talking trash, I know this idiot in Nashville is just losing his mind, like kicking over his kitchen TV. Shut the fuck up! I like violence, man. I am. Not like when it happens to me or if I see it live. I like watching it on TV, you know? Watching people, you know, get attacked by animals.
Welcome to the cut. Yeah,
just get blasted in the face or something, you know? Like, I'm a huge sports fan. You know what my favorite, like, moment of, like, the last year was in sports? That Detroit Piston, Indiana Pacer bench clearing brawl. Wasn't that great? That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I was so confused when I watched ESPN that day. They were like, that was absolutely disgraceful. Basketball fans, it just must be I'm sitting there looking like, I'm a basketball fan. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed watching out-of-shape civilians get the shit kicked out of them by professional athletes. It was fascinating. And I think as sports fans, we kind of had it coming, right? Because how many times you gone to a game, right? You got a little too drunk, you started screaming at some dude on the field who could clearly kick the shit out of you, right? If you saw him in the parking lot, you'd be like, hey, can you sign my stamp collection? I think you're awesome. You get in the game, you're all drunk, you're like, you suck, buddy! You're a piece of shit! And they're always calling him up, come on up here! No, come on up here! Well, they came up there.
Like
yes.
They did, and they kicked the shit out of everybody. It was great. It was like a cartoon. You're like beating up whole rows of people at once, like. I loved every second.
I've never been to a game.
I love how Ron Artest punched the wrong guy. Wasn't that great? He taught that dude a valuable lesson in life. When shit goes down, you don't just stand there like you're watching a movie like, wow, it's coming right at me. Must be in 3D or something. That was a 5'6" 6'6", 110-pound white dude had an angry 6'10" black dude running right at him. That had to have been in his top 3 nightmares all time. Right behind getting his dick cut off and being lit on fire. And he just stood there. He's like trying to explain himself. Well, I still have the liquid in my cup, so there's no way I could have. He's an idiot.
I've never been to a game.
I love Bill, man. I
wanna
love
go to
him.
a game.
It's exciting.
I bet.
You don't say it like I never. Oh, I don't want to watch those sports. Don't act like
No, because sometimes the games look so long.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm like, I'll go for the food.
Bill Burr is. It's not the.
I've seen videos, so that's why they look fun. Because
Well,
I've seen so many videos.
I guess it depends on what stadium you're into, but some stadiums, his food is just regular. Like,
Oh,
but
then
some
never
stadiums
mind.
got like bomb stuff in there. But I heard the Vegas new stadium, the Raiders, they got a lot of stuff in there to eat it.
I'm down.
But it's crazy because when he explained it, like he was like, he just tossed the N-word at me like a hot potato. Like, oh, like
I know,
how
that
do
was a good
let me
metaphor for
dodge
that
this one,
like,
brother. Like, yeah, we on 2 different pages.
Just like, he's like, hot potato, he's like, whoop.
He gonna be like that dude with the
let it go
drink
to
just sitting there like watching. Like, oh, I'm not a part of this, bro. Look,
Exactly,
I
like,
didn't say it. But
yeah.
that I remember that fight when Ron Artest win the crowd.
I don't know what that
But
is.
it's crazy because it's a hot topic, and you got people on 2 sides of the fence, and I'm on that side of the fence. Like,
I
no,
don't even know what you're talking about.
it's that statement. Like, okay, so they made a statement. They were like, "Shut up and dribble." Like, oh, you're a famous athlete. Like, you guys shouldn't be like intrigued. Like, you shouldn't have an issue with people saying stuff to you. You guys are paid
They're
athletes.
still human, though.
Forget a paycheck. Let me tell you something. I don't care. Millions of 20s. Like, when I was paid, like when I was working at my jobs, like, you're not gonna disrespect me. I don't know what title.
They're still human beings.
Like, exactly. So you should see some of the stuff like some of these athletes said when they play in Boston, like the stuff, like they've showed fans what they saying to them. Like anybody, like you got N-words, like he's saying the ER words coming out at players. You got all kind of racial slurs being thrown at certain players.
Out.
And you sitting here saying like, oh, they should be able to handle it. Like they may play millions a year. That
So
ain't got nothing to do with
They're
me being
human
talked to
beings.
like
They
I'm.
got feelings and emotions and everything, just like everyone else. They should be kicked out if they do.
Some of them now they started doing it. Like they
That's
start kicking
good.
fans out.
Because that's technically heckling, right?
yeah,
Heckling
yeah.
or something like that. Yeah. Technically.
Like somebody said something about like they was like LeBron a crybaby. Like somebody said something disrespectful about his wife and his son. Like they was gonna kill his son or something else. Like and LeBron was like, get him out of here. And they was like, oh, he's so soft for that. Like, okay, but if somebody you out and somebody say something to your son and they say you're gonna kill your son, I guarantee you jumping unless you just scary. But I'm jumping over the counter and I'm choking you out. Like I'm not about to let you disrespect my kid. But a lot of like Ron Artest, that fight he was talking about, the players was throwing like beers at him, like open cups, and basically the team was just like, oh no! So they went to stand and beat their tail. I have to show you the clip. They beat them down. Yeah, that clip, they beat them down.
I want to watch stuff like that.
And ever since then, you ain't had a fan since.
Good.
And then one fan threw something at a player. He went and stands too. Like he was like, no, I'm
Good.
cool. And then there was one in the NFL.
You deserve it. You do it. You deserve it.
Some of these cats you gotta understand come from the hood. And they don't lead the hood. That's the thing you gotta understand. You are talking to some of these athletes that still live in they live the hood life while they're athletes. You better leave them alone. Leave them alone. Like you don't know who these players really are. Leave them alone.
They get they tell what.
But I feel like it is disrespectful. Like it's one thing. Like LeBron was like basically like he's like we get it. It's sports. You're gonna trash talk. We gonna trash talk. He's like I'm down to trash talk with you. But he said when you cross that line of trash talk, like now my family's involved. This is involved. Like now we crossed the line of now you went too far. And I agree. I don't care how big your paycheck is.
Yeah, I agree.
If your boss say something about your son and say your son something da you gonna look at him and say, bruh, boss or not, don't ever disrespect
I think you
my
should
kid.
get kicked out if you do stuff like that because it's like, how old are you?
But I love it. I love Bill Burr, man. I love him, man. He is hilarious. I just love you guys put us onto them because I was like, man, I never knew. Like I know about your comedies, the top comedies that's out there, like, but like Bill Burr, I feel like I don't know.
I like him.
He need to come up more in my life because I don't know why he ain't coming up. Like
we should watch one of his last skit,
a full
comedies.
Oh yeah,
things,
for sure. I'm down. But thank you guys for tuning back in. Thank you for being with the shenanigans all the time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.